I'm Jasmine Sadri, sitting in for Jenny Anchondo, and I'll be here as your host and moderator for today. Our topic is nutrition and hydration for optimal performance. Our guest is Erika Amaya. She's here as part 2 in a series. Last week, she presented on understanding brain health, and that session is already on Sarah's YouTube channel if you missed that. I know I'll be going back to watch that. Please go check that out, as Erika is a tremendous resource for not just health and wellness for all of us, but specifically for us women and the kiddos as well. So, okay, let's brag on Erika a bit here and get y'all familiar with who she is. Erika Amaya is a distinguished wellness coach, educator, and speaker from Colombia. She now lives here in Dallas. She has for 20 years. She's a dedicated wife and proud mom to 9-year-old Sophie. Erika is CEO of Erika Fit and Food. She's transformed the lives of entrepreneurial and professional women for over 12 years now by focusing on nutritional habits, digestive health, and anti-inflammatory nutrition. Erika's expertise spans holistic nutrition, gut health, detoxification, intuitive eating for kids. I mean, Erika, what don't you do? She offers wellness conferences, coaching, and cooking classes, both online and in person. Her programs include Renew You. That's an 8-week personalized plan, and Transform Your Habits in 21 Days. That is a group anti-inflammatory food program. You can find Erika on social media at Erika Fit and Food. That's ERIFIT and food, or visit erifitandfood.com. Okay, now that you know a bit about Erika, I'm going to go on mute. We're going to all watch her presentation.
So today we're going to talk about nutrition and hydration for optimal performance. And I want to start with a question. Did you know that what you eat and drink can directly affect your brain function and energy levels? Recent studies in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition report in 2023 that individuals with optimal nutrition and hydration levels experience a 50% improvement in cognitive performance and sustained energy through the day, which means that if we take care of what we eat and what we drink, then we can be more optimal, and then we can make better decisions and have better energy levels. Well, Jasmine already talked about me, so then I'm gonna skip this slide. But my approach is holistic, and I address mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health to ensure comprehensive well-being. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Why nutrition and hydration matter? Nutrition involves consuming essential nutrients from food to support energy production, cell growth, and overall body functions, ensuring long-term health. And hydration provides the body necessary fluids, primary water, to maintain homeostasis, to support vital processes and prevent dehydration. These two together, nutrition and hydration, ensure that we have the necessary components to perform our daily activities, everything to support our long-term health. Nutrition and hydration impacts. Our nutrition, what we eat and what we drink, impacts our energy levels, impact our cognitive function, physical health, and mood and mental well-being. When I'm talking about energy levels, is the food that we eat provide us the food that our bodies needs to perform the activities. Carbs, protein, fats. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this in other slides, but carbs, protein, fats are the primary source of energy. If we eat junk food or sugary food, then our energy levels, like, they get affected. To ensure we have the steady supply of energy, we need to eat the right food. And then I'm gonna talk about that more in advance. And proper hydration also plays a significant role to maintain our energy levels. When we are dehydrated, it can lead to fatigue and also to decrease alertness, and it can be harder to make decisions or to stay productive. About cognitive function, Our brain requires different nutrients to function optimal. Omega-3 fatty acids found in salmon, in walnuts, are essential for our brain health, and they improve memory and also performance. Antioxidants from fruits and veggies, they also protect our brain. Which ones? Berries, kiwi, apples, grapes, kale, spinach, beets, carrots. All these fruits and veggies contain high levels of antioxidants that are very good for our brain. And also hydration is essential to maintain mental clarity. To when we are well hydrated, we improve our focus, our memory, and our abilities. Physical health. A diet rich in vitamins and minerals support different functions that our body has. And that includes the muscle repair, the immune system, the bone health. When we eat leafy greens, salmon, fermented food, nuts, citrus, garlic, red bell peppers, we are improving our physical health. Also, calcium and vitamin D are vital for have strong bones. And when we have the correct nutrition and we are hydrated, we also maintain a healthy weight. And mood and mental well-being, the food that we eat, they impact our mood and also our emotional health. Last session, I was talking about the axis that we have between our brain and our gut. Everything that we eat impact our gut system, and the same way that everything that we eat, we think impact our gut, and everything that we eat impact our brain and also impact our mood. So some foods can lead us to feel more anxious or with depression. So that's what important to like keep a good nutrition. Also because the food that we eat impact our serotonin, the hormone that which is referred to the feel good hormone, is the one that if we are happy or sad or depressed. Why is important to eat a balanced diet? Or what is a balanced diet? A balanced diet includes different foods, includes also carbs, fats, proteins, as I told you before. And I don't know if you had noticed when you do those, or if you had done any of those like diets, like keto diets, or maybe those diets that restrict carbs. You start feeling tired, anxious, sometimes depressed, sad, and also with mood, like different type of mood. And the reason is because we need the carbs, because the carbs are the energy for our system. So when we are eliminating one of the groups, either carb, fats, or proteins, then we are not giving to our system everything that our system needs to function properly. So just make sure you eat plenty of fruit, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats. And I always recommend to my clients to eat whatever is in season. So seasonal food is perfect, it's cheaper, because if you try to buy something that comes, if you are in US and then you want to buy something, a fruit coming from Japan, is very expensive. And just think about the time since the fruit, all the time that passed since the fruit was like taken from the tree and like coming all the way from the other side of the world to come here to US. All the transportation goes to the supermarket, and then when you get the fruit, it has passed a lot of time, and then the nutrients in those fruits or veggies are less. So that's why it's so important to eat locally. And also we support our farmers when we eat locally, but also you are helping your system to eat the right food. in like back in the time when our ancestors used to eat whatever the oh my gosh, whatever the air was given to them, like they don't used to eat, they save food for the rest of the season, and then that's the way that we need to eat whatever is seasonally. And okay, let's see. Let's go here. This is if you want to do a screenshot about this slide. These are some suggestions about brain boosting grocery shopping list that you should include in your grocery shopping in weekly. And I mentioned here berries. All the berries, as I say just before, has a lot of antioxidants that we needed. And the blueberries, the strawberries, blackberries, cranberries, cherries, grapes are very good for our also anti-age and also for our immune system and support our brain health. Veggies like carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, radishes, leafy greens. The greens that we need to eat are more green, more nutrients. So try to avoid lettuce and those like low green. Just try to eat the darker greens because they give you more nutrients, like spinach, arugula, kale, mustard greens, Swiss chard. And always include in your foods herbs because they are very good with your digestive system and also for your brain. So include mint, basil, thyme, cilantro, parsley, and the whole grains like brown rice, black rice, white rice, oats, but just make sure they are gluten-free. Oats don't contain gluten, but when they are processed in plants that process other gluten items, then they can have some trace of gluten. So just make sure the brand that you buy, it mention or it say gluten-free. Quinoa, barley. Legumes like chickpeas, lentils, edamames, tofu, black beans, cannelli beans, split peas are very good also to support your brain. Nuts, almonds, cashews, pistachios, walnuts, Brazil nuts, pecans, hazelnuts. Seeds like sunflower seeds, flax, hemp, pumpkin, chia. Fish and seafood, wild-caught salmon, sardines, cod, trout, shrimp, scallops, and oysters. Cooking oils, try to avoid those like sunflower oil or those like chemical oils. Try to use like natural oils like olive oil, avocado oil, or coconut oil. And when you buy your poultry and your meat, just make sure you buy antibiotic and hormone-free, raisin farms, and best if it's grass-fed. And some extras food that you can add to your shopping list: avocados, pasture-raised eggs, ferment foods like kombucha, kimchi. I mentioned those last week: kombucha, kimchi, sauerkraut. They are very good for your gut. Green tea and dark chocolate. It has to be, if you're eating dark chocolate, it has to be 70% or up, and just make sure it doesn't contain sugar. Because remember, sugar is those like ingredients that help you to crash and then you lower your energy levels. Whole foods versus processed foods. So whole foods are all the foods that I just mentioned. And then when we talk about whole foods, we're talking about food that give you nutrients, energy, vitamins, minerals, everything that your body needs to function. And when we are talking about processed food, it's most of the packaged food or junk food, like frozen food or the fast food. And we need to, everything that has labels, so we need to avoid that or try to eat less, just like follow the rule like 80-20. So when you are eating 80% clean food, real food, and then 20% can be some of the fried food or packaged food. But everything that you do in your life, like just make sure you are eating more like real and natural food, because that's the way that your body is gonna like show up for you. And some examples of whole foods are the ones that I just mentioned, like good carbs, like lean meats, nuts, seeds, veggies, fruits. And I'm gonna just talk about a little bit about carbs, proteins, and fats, and the importance in our body. I was mentioning that some diets, when you eliminate carbs, you feel very tired, no motivation, you don't think right, you are very moody, and it's because carbs provide the energy that your body needs to function. So if you are eliminating the carbs, then you don't have energy to perform your duties. And the proteins help you to grow your muscles, but also to repair your muscles. That's why we need to eat protein. And the fats are essential for our brain health and also for energy. And we also have the micronutrients, which are in food, in whole food. So we can find different vitamins and minerals in food. And I know that sometimes people, or most of the people, they like to take multivitamins or some supplements, but we can find the micronutrients in food if we are eating the right food. For example, we can find vitamin C in orange, in berries, in broccoli. We can find zinc in meat, shellfish, in pumpkin seeds. We can find vitamin A in vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes, kale. We can find the iron in lentils, meat, poultry, and also we can find magnesium in nuts, seeds, whole grains. So if we include some of the foods that I mentioned for your grocery shopping list, then we can supply all the vitamins that we need in our body. And here I'm gonna talk about hydration tips for entrepreneurs. And as I mentioned, it's very important to stay hydrated. When we are dehydrated, we don't think correctly. We affect our temperature. We don't have a good digestion, and the nutrients, they don't transport very well. Our body is composed 60% of water and involves a lot of functions in our body. So that's why it's so important to maintain hydrated. And I just write here a formula for you. Like this is like, I would say like an easy formula, because most of the time we hear that it's like, oh, you need to take like 8 glasses of water per day. But it's different for everyone because we are bio individual. Everyone is different. Everyone needs different supply of water or food or nutrients. But this is more kind, I would say it goes more, it can fit more than the 8 glasses of water. So you are gonna have your weight. So for example, if you weigh 150 pounds, you're gonna divide it by 2. And that gives you 75 ounces, which means that you need to drink 75 ounces of water per day. Effective hydration strategies. Well, we need to drink water regularly during the day. Don't wait until you are thirsty, because if you are thirsty, then you are dehydrated. And I always recommend like to start your day drinking water. The first thing that you drink in the morning should be water, can be temperature water or warm water. Why? Because the water help you to detoxify your body all like from the night before, and also help your gut system to receive the food that you are gonna eat. Keep a water bottle with you all the time. It helps you to drink water regularly. That means because if you have the water bottle with you, then you're gonna drink the water. And other tip that you can incorporate is to set up alarms in your cell phone, to put an alarm every hour to remind you that you need to drink water. Because most of the time people don't drink water because they are busy and they forget about the water. So if you have the water bottle with you, you know that you had the water there. You don't have to stand up and go to grab a water bottle. And if you set up the alarm, then it's gonna remind you that you need to drink the water. And also you can drink like a glass of water before each meal. It also helps you to supply your water for the day. Because if you eat 3-4 times a day, you are making sure you are drinking 3-4 glasses of water, and the rest of the water you are drinking through the day. And also avoid excessive caffeine and sugary drinks, because they what they do is they dehydrate you. So if you are drinking coffee, just make sure you have a water bottle with you, and then you are drinking coffee and water. So then you can like make a balance. And here is I'm gonna summarize about today. We talk about proper nutrition that provides essential nutrients that fuel our body and support our health. Staying hydrated is crucial for maintaining energy levels, cognitive function, and physical health. Balanced diet and adequate hydration are key to maintain high energy levels and mental clarity. Specific food, such as those rich in omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants, can enhance brain function and productivity. So just make sure you eat your salmon, your walnuts, your leafy greens, nuts, seeds. Nutrients like vitamins and minerals play a significant role in physical health, including muscle and bone strength. And proper hydration can prevent physical impairments like headaches, muscle cramps, which also reduce stress and anxiety. And thank you. Now I open the floor for questions.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Erica, for knowledge dropping all of us with all of this. Okay, so let's start our Q&A section of the chat. So this question right here speaks to my soul, and it's, can diet drinks like Coke Zero be substituted for water?
Diet Coke Zero is Diet Coke. It's now water. Our body needs, I say that, I mean, like we can replace some water with other, but it always has to be with food. Like watermelon, cantaloupe, cucumbers, they have a lot of water. So they replace water in your body. Also, you can drink like teas, like green tea, black tea, without caffeine. They help you to keep hydrated. Also, we'd say soups, they replace the water too. But like soft drinks, no.
Unfortunately. And I will say to the person who asked that question, I completely feel you. I mean, when I say I would, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I do this? I used to just stock Diet Coke, Coke Zero, you name it, in my fridge. And then I read an article where they were like, hey, here's a good hack to cleaning your toilets, use Diet Coke. And I'm like, oh my God, it's being used to clean my toilets, and I probably shouldn't be putting it into my body. And that was kind of the first time when I was like, oh, I should probably wean off of this. So it's a great question. I think a lot of people struggle with, yeah, but I'm giving up the real thing. Is this a good,
I know it's hard,
but it's not.
Because it's a habit that, I mean, like you can have, so it's very hard. But I always recommend to my clients to reduce, like don't eliminate like everything, like, oh, I'm gonna cut right now. If you used to drink 3 cans of Coke, then just reduce, like I only gonna start drinking 2, and then a couple days 1, and a couple days just like none. So it's easy, because that way you keep you are building a habit.
Right. And it's sustainable because then you don't feel, I
It
think
is.
it's psychologically when you feel like you're
Yes,
cut off cold turkey, you want it even more.
yes.
Another question in the chat, and I'm really dying to get your opinion on this, Erica, because in this home, we are obsessed with Topo Chicos. It is what we drink. And someone asked, is carbonated water okay?
Well, what happened with carbonated water is that affect our gut system. So if you have inflammation and you don't see. I talked about this last class. We don't see inflammation. You start feeling like tired, headaches, like reflux, sometimes constipation, sometimes diarrhea. If all those are signs of inflammation. When you hit or when you fall down and then you have a scratch, you see like, oh, I have something because I fell down, and then you are gonna take care. But because inflammation is inside your gut, you don't see it. And most of the time we try to ignore the symptoms. And what happened with carbonate waters, the carbonation affect our gut, our inflammation. So just try to, I mean, like once a day is good, but don't replace water with carbonate drinks.
Yeah, and this actually is going to lead into this next question that somebody has. And I read this, and I don't know, you can bust this if this is not true, because you know what you read on Google isn't always, true. But the carbonation, so whether it's carbonated water, carbonated soft drinks like, Diet Cokes, Dr. Peppers, what have you, it actually makes your body crave like bad
Yes,
carbs, like potato
yes.
chips, French fries, pizza, things like that. So that is
That's
true.
true. And then the other thing with carbonated, because my husband used to drink. I know that for some people it's very hard to drink water, and I
Yes.
always suggest like just like add some fruits in your water. You can add like pineapple, sliced lemon slices, or orange slices, and then it give you like a flavor of the water, and it can be easy for you to drink the water. And my husband was one that he only drinks LaCroix.
Yes.
And I was like, no, 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 no. But he was doing it. And then my daughter, she's 9 now. And then by that time, she was 7. She started drinking that, like replacing the water with that. And I was like, you know what? No. No more LaCroix at home because we are affecting her gut system.
Yeah.
And the thing with that is like the most of the carbonate waters, they have natural flavors, natural colors, and all those natural things are chemicals
Yes.
that
It's
we are
not
eating.
natural. Yep.
It's not natural. The FDA, they tell the companies that they need to mention, but they don't have to say what they put in it. So natural flavors, natural colors is not real natural. It's just
No.
like chemicals that we are eating.
Which means you're
And those,
probably cleaning your
and
toilets with it.
yes, and then the thing is like we are affecting our gut, we have inflammation, we feel tired at the end of the day, and we don't know why. We're thinking, oh, I am eating right, but then if I am drinking sodas or I'm drinking this carbonate water, and then that's why it's affecting you.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy how much the two connect. Chat question for you, Erica. What's your recommendation for an effective weight loss diet?
Well, that's a good question, and I don't focus on weight loss. I focus more in transforming habits. I teach my clients to eat, like the food that I mentioned, and most of the time we don't include those food in our daily food, our daily nutrition. When we start working to heal our gut, to clean, to detox, to eliminate inflammation, our metabolisms start working very well. Because like if you are eating junk food and you are drinking sodas and you are eating like sugary foods, gluten, everything is affecting your metabolism. So you can add a lot of kale and quinoa and lean meats, but if you are eating the other, and then you are not like healing your system. So I just recommend to start incorporating more fruits and veggies in your diet. That helps a lot to detoxify your body, to clean your body, and you're gonna start noticing a lot of change in energy levels, mood, and also in inflammation. Because sometimes it's not just the way; it's sometimes our bodies are has inflammation, and then when you start eating like cleaning food that help you to clean to detoxify, then you are feeling more thinner.
Yeah, and just lighter. It's
Yes.
interesting. I notice even, if I go from a couple of days of just not being the best and not eating the best food to then essentially detoxing, right, and eating more nutrient dense foods, my body physically looks different and I
Mhm.
feel like lighter. So that's a great pivot to not really look at it as weight loss, but more transforming your habits that lead to that weight loss.
Because the weight loss comes like, I would say like second. If you focus on the weight loss, then you can lose a lot of weight if you are cutting, carbs or fats. But at the end, you are gonna gain them again because you
Right.
are not building the habits.
Right.
And it's very important to build the habit, to start including those foods that you need to like for your function, optimal function.
Yep. And you just touched on two things that I kind of want to bring up. Number one, you must cringe at all these fad diets, right? Like eat just meat and cheese. No, don't eat that. Eat just plants. No, don't eat that. Talk to us a little bit about these fad diets because when you're looking at it from an outside perspective, number one, they just don't seem like they're sustainable long term. And really not part of that balanced diet phrase that you brought up earlier.
They are not sustainable and also they are not for everyone. And that's very important. I mean, like if you have a diet and it works for you, I don't have to follow your diet because my body needs something different. And I always recommend people also to have like annual checks and do, like blood tests, like check vitamins. I just went today to the doctor and I am 43 years old. I got my first period when I was 9 years old. I am not in menopause yet. I don't have any symptom. I went to the doctor and then she was asking me, okay, what symptom do you have? And I was like, none, but I am 43. And then I want to know how are my hormones. And then she sent me a test. So I had to go back tomorrow for another blood test. And then she's gonna check everything, estrogens, like, because I want to know. I eat very well, I sleep very well, and I mean, like, I do everything that I had to do to feel good, to be healthy, but I don't know how I am inside.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have those medical checks and just make sure. Also, like I have my blood test last week for my blood test and also my vitamin test, and they did the B12 and the vitamin D, and the doctor told me today that I am low in vitamin D. So that's why I don't recommend to take supplements or multivitamins because multivitamins has too many vitamins, but you don't know if you need them. So right now, as today, I know that I need to start taking vitamin D. I don't need B12. I don't need iron. I don't need zinc. I need vitamin D. So what I had to do is go and buy vitamin D to include in my daily routine because I am low in vitamin D. And also she said that I need to complement with taking the sun, which I know. But sometimes, we are busy in the morning because I don't like to take the
Yeah.
sun like at noon. So sometimes I'm busy in the morning and I don't go outside, or I go outside, but I go cover. That's another thing. If you need to take your vitamin D, you need to go, like exposing your skin because you need the sun comes in. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, so always recommend get your checks, your annual checks, like everything, check everything to make sure what you need in your body and start focusing on that. And not every diet works for everyone. That's false. Like you can lose the weight, but then you can gain the weight again. So that's why it's so important to build the habits.
Yeah, no, it is. And I'm glad you brought up specifically the deficiencies to focus on versus just kind of masking it with a multivitamin that you may not need necessarily. And I think that that's just kind of a old wives' tale misconception of like, well, take your multivitamin, but if you don't, everybody's needs are different. And it's interesting, the vitamin D thing evidently is very common amongst women. That's just one of those vitamins that we, I guess, evidently there's a deficiency of. so we need. Another question for you in the chat, and this actually kind of segues perfectly. There are several products on the market like Balance of Nature that seem like they can improve nutrition. What's your opinion about these supplements?
No. For me, it's a no-no. Always food. Food has everything that we need. I would say like during these times, we need to be more careful about what we buy, especially fruits and veggies. I know that not everyone can buy organic, but then you can clean those like, properly with water and vinegar. And also they say a lot of like those like fruit and veggie cleanups, and you can do that. And there is a list from the EWG, the Environmental Working Group. Every year they publish a list about the 12 clean foods and the 15 dirty food. So which means when they publish that, the cleanest you can buy then conventional. You don't have to buy then organic. And the dirties, then just make sure you buy those organic. And I always suggest to buy organic, some like the fruits that you eat the skin, like raspberries, berries, strawberries, grapes, or potatoes if you eat the skin, onions, tomatoes, things like that. And if you don't eat the skin of the cucumber, don't buy the cucumber organic, just peel it, or the carrot, the same, or pineapple. You don't need to buy the pineapple organic, or the cantaloupe, or the watermelon. They can be conventional, so you don't have to spend a lot of money in grocery shopping. But the supplements are supplements. They are not real food. And at the end of the day, those has any kind of chemicals and things that your body don't need. And those are more expensive than the real food. And it's like when you start buying those, like most of the supplements last only for 30 days. So it's like you are paying a membership, because every month you had to buy those, but also you had to buy the food. So just like focus more to eating and including the one of the list, the shopping list that I just mentioned before.
So two birds, one stone instead of doing both.
Yes.
Listen, right now everything's expensive, especially going grocery shopping and trying to eat healthy, I think is really the struggle. And we forget that, food, really good food is medicine. So talk to us a little bit, Erika, about why organic, because I think people look at it and go, oh, it's just a buzz phrase to get me to spend more. But is there really a difference
It is.
between organic? Okay, and what is that?
Most of the fruits, like the ones that grow conventional, they are very infested with pesticides and also hormones. So I don't know if you have noticed some, like the tortillas. Some tortillas mention like non-GMO, which means, and the tortillas are made from corn. And you think, oh, it's a corn, it's fine. But most of the corn, because we ask for more, the companies has to grow them very fast. And they modify the corn. So we are eating modified corn, which is not like real corn. And so like some fruits, some vegetables, they grow the same way. It's the same that happened with wheat. That's why we need to avoid, we try to avoid like gluten wheat, because it's not growing conventionally. It's like they put hormones and things that our body don't need. And that's why sometimes we get like the inflammation too.
Wow. And that's scary because, you think of,
Scary. It is
organic, what does that mean?
I'm gonna mention something here, because Sometimes we think like people who used to eat like to buy like packaged food and they focus on, oh, it's organic, or the bread is organic, or the cookies are organic. And I mean, like, doesn't matter. You need to focus on real food, like vegetables, fruits, like things like that, grains, fish. That's what you need to take care, because packaged food is packaged food. Doesn't matter if it's organic or no, it's still packaged food. It's processed food. It's food that you need to eat less.
Yeah. Talk to me about that. Okay, so let's talk about some misconceptions, because I think people see the word fat, and we've, been ingrained, avoid fat, fat-free this, fat-free cheese, fat-free yogurt, even fat-free chips for a while that were made with, was it Olean at the time? And it was making people just awfully sick. So are all fats bad?
They are not all bad. The ones that I mentioned are good, and we need the fats for our brain function and also for our energy. But we need to choose the right fats, like avocados, nuts, seeds, oils like olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. Those are good fats that we need to eat and we need to include in our diet, because they don't only like help our brain health and our energy, but also they keeps us like full. Like, when you eat like your almonds or your cashews, and then you feel like you are full.
Yeah. And it actually, so then it just leads you, it's natural weight loss because, obviously when you feel full, you're not grabbing to just snack and stress eat and things like that.
Yes.
Something that somebody told me years ago when I kind of started my quest on trying to be better with eating, and I think you just don't know what you don't know until you know it, right? And I'm sure you see this with your clients. But when you're at the grocery store and you're looking at something, and, we'll use your example of like the organic cookies and bread and whatnot. When you turn around and look at the ingredients list, the longer the list,
The
probably the
worst.
worse the food, correct. And so now you're sitting here going, well, gosh, every time I go to the store, you turn everything around, like, what can I eat? And it kind of feels like not much. So I guess in your opinion, what are some of your favorite, grocery store hacks on, snack, if you can't always eat something straight out of the produce section, is there, something better with minimal ingredients that you could eat? Because like the Nature's Valley bars, those aren't as healthy as advertised when you turn that box around.
Yes,
So in
yes,
your
that's true.
opinion, yeah, what are some of those snacks?
Well, I want to say that when you eat nutrient-dense food, when you include a lot of vegetables, fruits, good carbs like whole grains, lean protein, you don't feel the craving to be eating all day. So that's one of the, I would say, like most important things, because like we feel the craving when we are not eating the right nutrients, because our body needs more food. But if you are eating the right food, then your body is full and you don't need to be snacking all the time. And when you want to snack, or when you want to add like some snack, or you are craving something, always try to add like a fruit. I would say if you want to buy something like packaged, I would say like fruit with almond butter, or and also like read the ingredients. Just make sure it's only almonds and salt maybe. But sometimes when we turn the package and then we see, oh, it has almonds, palm oil,
Yes.
sugar, these drugs, and then so on. So just make sure if you are buying almond butter, it's only almonds. The almonds has their own natural fat. So when they process the almonds, then you can get the almond butter. So they don't need to add anything else. So a fruit with almond butter, any fruit with almond butter, or if you want something more like crunchy, like rice cakes are good too. So then you can add like a rice cake with fruit and almond butter or cashew butter. Another way like for a snack, I like to eat like guacamole with carrots or celery or cucumbers also. And a guacamole, you only need half avocado, hash avocado, smash it, lime or lemon, salt, pepper, and then baby carrots is a good snacking too. And you are eating fats and you are eating your carbs or proteins from the carrots too. I would say also a good bread, like sourdough bread, right? Real sourdough, not from the supermarket. Just make sure you buy that in a bakery. Like it's better if it's a small bakery because they use the real mother to cook or to bake the bread.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, and then like sourdough is good for your health because it's ferment. So and then
Yes.
we talk about ferment food. So then your
Yes.
body can digest better, process better, and it doesn't like boost your insulin.
Yes.
So sourdough is good, but don't buy them in the supermarket because the
Yes.
supermarkets they don't have like a real sourdough.
Right.
Um, and then you can have like a bread with, like avocado. That's a good snack too. You can make your own like fries on the air fryer, like sweet potato fries or like just conventional potatoes fries, French fries from your on your air fryer for a weekend if you want, to watch TV or popcorn. And then you can make your own popcorn. It's very easy. You only need to add a little bit oil on the pot and then add the corn, and then it pops very quick.
Yeah. I think the bigger I guess message to drive home is eating healthy doesn't necessarily, it's not a death sentence, you guys. It's a life sentence because I think people feel like, oh my gosh, if I can't eat cookies and donuts and ice cream and drink a bottle of wine a night and things like that, you feel like you're deprived, but really you're depriving yourself by doing all those things. You touched on something I want to get your opinion on. When you're turning that label around and you see things like canola oil, palm oil, sunflower oil, vegetable oil, my goodness, what could be so bad? It's got vegetables. That's actually not the case. Those are terrible for you, right?
Yes, they affect your gut. So that's why we need to avoid because they are made in a plant, in a company. So it's not like natural. They don't come from the earth. So that's why we need to avoid those. And most of the packaged food has palm oil,
I know.
sunflower oil. Yes, so just
No.
try to avoid those.
It's
And
really
there
frustrating.
are some brands that they have like good snacks. I would say like good, like if you eat them rarely, is good. I just gonna mention, I mean, I don't have a partnership with them, but there are some, one of the brands that I really like is Siete Foods. They are from Austin. You can find them now. You can find them also in Walmart, Costco, Whole Foods, Natural Grocers, Sprouts, all of their chips, like potato chips or just like chips, like to eat with guacamole, are made with vinegar, and also they add turmeric, and they are fried with coconut oil or
Oh.
avocado oil.
Oh, and it's siete, like spelled like
Siete,
SIETA.
like the
Oh,
like the number
like the
siete
number.
in Spanish.
Oh, awesome.
Yes,
I'm making note of
siete
that.
foods, and they had tortillas, very
Uh-oh.
good tortillas. I love the almond tortillas. They taste like flour tortillas for me.
Really? Oh my gosh, I'm marking that.
They have salsas too.
What?
Yes, and they have very good ingredients, very good ingredients. And I don't like to suggest brands because what happened with brands is that sometimes they have some lines, like healthy lines, but other lines that are like conventional, like Terra. There is another
Oh,
brand that is called Terra, and they have the plantain chips, which are made with coconut oil, but they have the other potatoes that are made with sunflower oil. So because I know how to read the labels, I don't like to suggest brands. I prefer to suggest like, like buy this. But Siete Foods is very good. I mean, like I would say like everything that I have bought from them is very good.
Wow, that's great to know. Thank you for that pro tip. We've got
You're
a
very
chat
welcome.
question for you. What's a good limit on salt intake per day?
We need the salt, we need the sodium, and I know some people suggest like, oh, we need to avoid to eat salt. I suggest to cook with minimal salt, just like a pinch of salt. I don't know if you follow recipes. Uh, Most of the time, I do a lot of recipes videos, and I always say like salt to taste or your preference, because I prefer to add another condiments that give the flavor. And I add a lot of turmeric, paprika, herbs like dry herbs, pepper, ginger, curry, like all those species, they give you a lot of flavor. So I suggest to and avoid to have salt on the table. So don't add salt to the food after you cook it. So just like cook with a little bit salt and that's enough. And as I say, I can't tell this person how much salt she needs because we are different. Everybody is different. And I don't know what type of condition she has. So I don't know if she needs to eat less sodium or salt than I need to eat.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's a good point because everybody is different and, pre-existing conditions also determine, how you do that. When you
Yes.
say salt, we're not talking about like the really bad salt for you that you get. We're talking, sea salt, right? Things like that. And maybe you don't know this or maybe you do, but the difference between the pink Himalayan sea salt and the normal sea salt, is that another one of those things where it's like, all right, it doesn't matter, it's all the same. I'm
I,
a
I
cynic.
I like to suggest Himalayan salt because it has another nutrients that our body needs. So it gives you a little bit more nutrients when you are cooking or eating the Himalayan salt than the regular salt.
And I feel like it just kind of tastes better,
It
I think
tastes better.
it does
Yes.
taste better and it's got it's denser, so it kind of, I don't know, it tastes, I feel like the salt that's bad for us is just powder. It's, I don't even know, it's like it's just not, it's gross.
Yes, and now that we are talking about the salt, I also forgot to mention when I was talking about hydration. Um, Most of the time, just regular water don't hydrate us. So we need to eat like alkaline, to drink alkaline water, or we need to have a good filter at home. And then we are making sure we are drinking the right water. But if you don't have a filter at home or you are not drinking alkaline water, you can add a little bit the salt on your water and it help you to hydrate you.
Right. Right. No, that's, and it's funny because I think people think the opposite, like, oh, it dehydrates you, but it actually doesn't. That kind of salt's very good for you. Okay, we're almost up against time here, but I want to ask this for the folks who have kiddos that are maybe, watching this right now, and you've got your own daughter in the house that's 9, so you've got your own, patient 24/7 with you, essentially, or client, should I say. What are some ways that as a parent, you can kind of hack the system and get your kids to eat healthy because, they're programmed to watch TV all day and they see these, super processed foods and candies and drinks and it looks so pretty and fun and it's got cartoon characters, but it's awful for you. So how do we hack the system a bit and kind of trick our kids into eating well?
Well, we need to remember that our kids, they observe us. So the same way that we are eating, they are gonna be eating. So it's not like I'm gonna change my son or my daughter's mind and then I keep like eating junk food. Like it has to be a change, like in the main person in the family, whoever is cooking and doing the grocery shopping. So mom or dad, whoever it cooks, needs to start changing, and then like showing kids that, I mean, like we are eating healthy because we want to live longer. And kids are very smart, so you don't have to lie to them. I don't like to hide food to my daughter. I like that she tries, and I always tell her, like, you need to be a risk taker. You need to try. If you like it, perfect. If you don't like it, I know, and don't worry. I mean, like, I won't give you that like for some time. It doesn't mean that I won't give you like no. I mean, like, I will offer to you like in a couple months again. But so we need to change, and we need to offer them and buy. That's what I like also to suggest, to buy seasonally, because every season we have different veggies at home, different fruits at home, and then we can incorporate those foods in different presentations. So you can, if your kid doesn't like spinach, like in a salad, you can prepare like a spinach soup, or you can have like a spinach smoothie. And I, I mean, I bet that it doesn't taste bad. I mean, like spinach, like if you add spinach to your smoothie with banana, almonds, it doesn't taste bad. I mean, you don't feel the flavor of the spinach. Also, you can add them in, different presentations always help, or like cooking with the rice, or like doing salsa. Sometimes I prepare the pesto, and if I don't have basil at home, I add spinach to the pesto. And my daughter loves pasta with pesto sauce. I do my own pesto, and then, I mean, she eat it and she like it, but I don't like to tell her like, oh, it's basil. No, I say, oh, I put the spinach today because I don't have basil. And she's like,
oh, I love it.
But then another thing is like to involve them in the kitchen. It helps a lot. Like, tell them to help you, I mean, if they are not in age to have like a knife, maybe they can help to wash the vegetables, to set up everything, to help you like passing like tools to you to cook. But it helps a lot when you involve them in the kitchen, because they feel important.
Yes.
And they like that. And other thing with the sugary things that you mentioned, like my daughter, I mean, when she goes to parties, she eats everything that is in the party, and usually is pizza, cupcakes, and all the candies that from the piñata.
Yes.
And then, I mean, I'm good with it because she's eating good at home, but at home I don't buy those things.
Yes.
So if you don't buy those temptations, you don't eat it, because you don't have time to go, oh, I am craving Cheetos. You don't have time to go to the store to buy them. But if you have them at home, then you're gonna eat it.
Yes,
so
you are.
Just like avoid to get those things at home, helps you too. And the other thing is like talking to them about the importance to eat different colors, different fruits, because they help you, like, red help you with the cardiovascular system, greens, like things like that. So yeah.
Yep. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, Erika, we learned so much from you today. What a wealth of knowledge. Again, guys, go back and watch part 1 if you missed it. It's on one of our past sessions on Sarah's Nationals YouTube channel. It's incredible. Erika, thank you again for joining us. You were just...
Well, thank you to you and to everyone who joined today.
Yes, and you educated all of us, especially me. Now I'm going to go revisit my pantry and my refrigerator and do better with my life.
Good. That's important.
Yes.
You are taking action.
Yes, I am. Thank you all for joining us as well. The replay of this session, again, will be up on Sarah National's YouTube channel by next Wednesday. That YouTube page also has all past sessions, like I just said, so please enjoy them as well. And we look forward to seeing all of you again next time. Bye-bye.